Hey guys, today is day 22 of the Gratitude Gym. I'm so glad that I'm doing these videos, daily gratitude videos, and I can't believe it. It's already 3 weeks. But do I enjoy doing this every day? No. Some days I have to drag my feet to turn on the camera and stand here and talk. Like for example today, before I turned on the camera, I was like, oh my god, it's 10 p.m. already. Do I seriously need to do this? I'm so tired. And then I told myself, yes, you do, because you've made a commitment to do the gratitude gym videos every day. And as I told you before, gratitude is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And if you haven't exercised it for a while, then you need a consistent period of training in order for it to be stronger. So I'm very glad that I'm standing here talking in front of the camera, talking about things that I'm grateful for, despite the fact that I didn't want to do it like 5 minutes ago. So today I'm very grateful for all the synchronicities in life. The synchronicities are those things that happen, the probability of those things happening are so small that reminds you of the wonder and miracles of the universe. And today something very synchronous happened, and I want to tell you about it. But just a little background. I've been doing a lot of research lately on the real estate industry. I've been reaching out to people like brokers and agents to hear about their problems and research on the industry, because Samwise wants to. We're planning on a new product, and one of the main use cases is for the real estate industry. So I've been cold emailing a lot of people, but I tend not to call people straight out, because nobody likes to be interrupted in the middle of whatever they're doing by a phone call from someone they don't know, right? So it's like one of the most annoying things when you receive a cold call from a salesperson to ask you to buy a thing that you have no interest in. So I tend not to do that. I tend to email people, which is less intrusive. But today I was searching for people to reach out to on LinkedIn, and I found this lady named Lee Renee, and she happened to be a very experienced real estate broker and also the educator in the DC area. So I thought, this is someone I definitely need to reach out to, right? But I Googled her and I couldn't find her email address, and I couldn't find her phone number either, at least not a phone number that I was sure was hers. But I did find a phone number on a webpage that was pretty old, at least like 5-6 years old. And I didn't even know, and there was a phone number there. I didn't even know whether that was her number or not. But then it's just a little thought that came up that said, hey, I'm going to call this number. Sometimes you get those little inspirations. It's like a little beam of sunshine beamed into your head. Those are the best. I love those inspirations. And I've learned to listen to those intuitions and inspirations, because I know they always lead me places of new discovery. So I had a thought, and I was kind of surprised. Okay, so I'm going to call this number and see what happened. I didn't expect anything to happen. Actually, I didn't expect anybody to pick up the phone, because most of the time, a lot of people, when they see like a number on their phone that they don't recognize, they tend not to pick up, right? And even if I call the people I do know, a lot of times people are not with their phone, or they're busy with something else, so they cannot pick up the phone call. So actually more than 50% of the time, even if when I call people that I do know, I tend not get any response. It just goes to voicemail. So I didn't expect anybody to pick up the phone. I called the number, and right away someone picked up, and she's like, Lee speaking. And I was taken aback, because I was like, oh my God, she did pick up the phone, and it's her. Now what am I going to say? I didn't have anything prepared. So, but I told her about my company, and I told her I'm doing research, and I said, can I ask you a few questions about your experience? I was fully expecting to get rejected because, again, who am I? She doesn't know me, right? So she had no obligation to give me any information. Um, so, but she said, yes, we'll be happy to help. And I was like, again, taken aback. And I started wondering, who is this person? Like, she's so helpful. So we ended up talking for over half an hour. And at the end, I asked her, I said, hey, by the way, I saw you're also a wellness coach. That's like really cool. Because before I called her, I Googled her and I saw on her Twitter page that she also did wellness coaching. So I said, this is really cool that you are bringing like aspects of spirituality into the corporate world. And I 100% meant it, because this is also something that I'm very passionate about, which is to help people live more balanced and more balanced life with a deeper connection with their inner self. And I can tell that she was also very passionate about this. So we started talking about this, and it turned out like we share a lot of common interests and commonalities. So I hang up the phone and I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. When I just dialed a random number, not expecting anything to happen, but as it turned out, I made a new friend. And it's like a wonderful, very interesting, very inspiring connection. So that's something, things like that, small and big synchronicities that happen in life that just make you wonder, is this coincidence? I don't think so. This like too much of a coincidence to be coincidence, if you know what I mean. And because of things like that, it makes life so much more magical. It reminds you, at least it reminds me, that I live in a magical universe. I do not always feel that way, especially when things are not going well, or if I'm in a low point in my life. I sometimes lose faith. And, just like most people, I start to wonder, is the universe dumb? Maybe the universe just doesn't care. Maybe the universe is not conscious at all, and everything is random happening and nobody cares about anything. Although every day I see so many things that runs counter to that statement, right? But still, sometimes when things are not going well, people tend to lose faith, and I do too. So, and in those cases, I remind myself that, whatever I believe, there is certain truth to it. If you believe the universe is unconscious and dumb and everything is random, yeah, of course, you can see things that way. I think that is a very valid point of view, actually, and especially if you consider before any creation, there was emptiness. And emptiness means like there's no, not even consciousness, right? So at a certain point of view, that is a very, very valid way to look at the world. Except it's just not a very enjoyable or not very helpful way. It doesn't help you to be a thriving and prosperous and balanced person. And it doesn't help you to be a happy person. It doesn't help you to be a just and good and person with integrity. So I will remind myself, whatever I believe, because we are all living in our own little world. It's very subjective. Whatever I choose to believe, that tends to be true, right? Because that's the world I live in. So, and then I remind myself, I choose to live in a world where where miracles happen every day, and those synchronicities, they're miracles, right? and there are unicorns, and there are magical connections. There are inspirations that beyond the mundane. There are hidden rainbows everywhere if you dare to look. So I think that kind of outlook, again, it's a individual person's choice. But if you so choose, then your life will be so much magical, and so much more magical, and so much more enjoyable compared to the other worldview. So again, today I'm very, very thankful for the synchronicity that happened today. And I'm very, very thankful for Lee Renee, my new friend, my new very inspired connection that I made today. And I'm very thankful that she graciously picked up the phone, and not only picked up the phone, but also shared with me who she is and what she's like, and her thoughts and opinions. So very, very grateful today. All right, this is day 22 of the Gratitude Gym. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends. I'll see you tomorrow.